Hi everyone, welcome to English Express with Ms.B. Today I'll be talking about modal verbs in English language. When I talk about modal verbs, what pops into your psyche? In English, we have so many types of verbs. We have auxiliary verbs, we have linking verbs, and we equally have helping verbs. A modal verb is a verb that is used by most speakers or writers or listeners to express their opinions or attitude about something. And it is very common in literary text analysis, for especially literary students or literature students. When you read a text and you want to analyze the speaker's mood or attitude, we make use of verbal expressions or modal verbs or helping verbs, because another name for modal verb is a helping verb. They add more information to the main verbs in sentence construction. In literature, we have prose, poetry, and drama. And when I talk about poetry, I talk about tones and poems. When you read a poem, you ask yourself, is the writer happy? What is the mood? Is he sad? The knowledge of modal verbs helps us to deduce or to detect if the writer is sad or happy. Are the characters sad? What is their mood? So modal verbs are very important. If you look at the board, I clearly explain another name for modal verbs are, we have helping verbs. They are special verbs that help to express a speaker's attitude or opinion. Okay? Modal verbs show possibility, intent, and ability. So if you look at the board, these are examples of modal verbs. Some examples, we have tons of them. Can't, couldn't, mustn't. These are all negative. Negative or negation. When you want to give a negative response to something, or you want to act in a particular manner, you say, I can't do that today, I'm tired. So we use this. And we have can, could, must, have to, should. These are all possibilities. Possibilities. At times we use it for permission. Okay, permission. And at times ability, based on the context. So English language is all about context analysis. Words do have different meanings based on the context in which we see them. Okay? In science, it means something different. In history, it means something different. So we look at the context clues, we look at the environment where we find the word in order for us to understand the meaning. These are some illustrations of modal verbs. Let's begin with can. When we talk about can, we talk about ability, we talk about permission, we talk about politeness. A polite request. Can you lend me some money? I am requesting because I need help. Can you accompany me to the party? Okay, so we use it for polite request. We use it for ability. My child can read. It's an ability, right? Reading is a skill. You have the ability to do something. She can come with us. Permission. She can come with us. She has been given the permission to come with us. So note, we use can when we talk about polite request, when we talk about ability, when we talk about doubt. At times, probably you are scared that your parents might not give you the go-ahead to attend the party, and you ask this question, can I go for the party? Okay, because you need permission, and you doubt, you don't know. The second is may. Please, I'm not talking about the month of May, okay? I'm talking about auxiliary helping verbs. Like I explained, when you see words, context is very important. Context clues, very important. When we talk about may, we talk about permission and future possibility. Okay? Future possibility, we talk about permission. Please, teacher, may I go out? Of course, you can go out. Excuse me, sir. May I make a request? You need a permission. You need to go ahead to do something. So that is why we say may is used for permission and future possibility. May I sit here? Of course, why not? Have a seat. Now let's talk about must. The name, as the name implies, obligation. It is not optional. When you use must, it means you have firm obligation. You have firm necessity. It is something which you are obliged to do. Okay? It is logical, it's a logical conclusion. You must go to bed now. I don't need your opinion. You must go to bed now. It's a logical conclusion. I have concluded. I have made up my mind. You must go to bed now. Okay? You must eat now. Or you must eat before 8 p.m. If not, there's no food for you. So it is an obligation and it is a firm conclusion. You must stop. Like I explained exclamation. When I gave the different types of punctuation marks, we saw like 12 of them. When you see exclamation, it means emotions. Either the speaker is happy or sad or excited or angry or paranoid. You must stop. Stop doing what? You must stop making noise in class. You must stop playing during my lessons. So when you see the exclamation sign, you understand my mood. Okay? And it is an obligation because you are expected to stop doing that. That is why it is must. It's a firm necessity. We must have breakfast first. Maybe you have so many activities to do, but the first thing to do is you must have breakfast first before stepping out of the house. So must is a modal verb which is used to express obligation, necessity, and logical conclusion. Let's talk about have to. Most of the times when you say have to, what pops into your mind? Probably you are forced to do something which you don't want to do, but you got no choice, you have to do it. You are unwilling to do something, you have that spirit of unwillingness, but you don't have a choice. You have to clean your room before stepping out. Probably you are tired, but you have no choice, you have to make it clean. So, do you have to go? At times, unwillingness. Probably you are hesitant, you don't want to leave. And the people around you have noticed it and they're like, do you have to go? Because they want you to stay with them. Okay? I have to clean my room. I explain this. It's a must, you have to do it, you are unwilling to do it, it's a necessity, you have no choice, but you have to do it. I have to study for my exams in order for me to score higher. Okay? I have to study every day in order for me to improve my aptitude or my general knowledge about the things happening worldwide. I have to. Okay, let's talk about will. Context clues. I'm not talking about a will whereby you give all your properties, okay, to someone. I'm talking about modal verbs. Will, the modal verb, will, the helping verb. When we talk about will, we talk about wishes, we talk about desires, we talk about setting predictions, and we equally explain promises. For example, I will do my best in what? Probably I will do my best during the exams. Okay? It is your desire. You wish to do your best because you need to score higher grade. I will do my best during the conference. I need to do a perfect presentation, and I am promising myself that I will do my best during the conference presentation. It will snow tomorrow. This is a prediction. Remember I said the modal verb will can be a wish, desire, or setting prediction. It will snow tomorrow. It might snow, it might not snow, but we are just predicting, okay? Let's talk about shall. When we talk about shall, we talk about intention. We talk about supposition and suggestion. At times in life, when we communicate or when we have things to do or activities to do or plans. Some of us, we have mentors, we have people we look up to. Maybe you need them to give you some suggestions or to enlighten us about some things. So we use shall. For example, shall I call her? We assume that there are two or more speakers here. Shall I call her? Probably you want to call your sister and make a request. You don't know if she's busy, you don't know if she's at work, and you ask the other siblings, can I call her? So you need their suggestions, you need their support in order for you to give her a ring. Shall I close the window? That is it, shall. You need the request, you need permission from others. Let's say you're at work and you feel cold, or you're at home, you want to relax, and you think that you need to close the window. You can't just do it. You need the others to suggest and give you the intention. Okay? You say, shall I close the window? Some might say yes, some might say no. Ought to, as the name implies, when we talk about the modal verb ought to, it is a moral duty. It is something which is a necessity. It is a universal canon. It is a universal principle. Okay? You ought to wash your hands before eating. If not, germs and bacteria will deal with you. It's normal. You ought to. Do not talk over the table. When people are eating, you don't have to talk over dinner. These are universal principles which we need to know. You ought to know. Okay? It's done. Which we ought to know. For example, we ought to leave now. Yeah, probably you have an appointment and it's time to leave home. You ought to leave now for work. Let's say you work at 8 a.m. in the morning. You need to leave at probably 6:30 to avoid traffic. We ought to leave now. She ought to go by herself is a recommendation. At times, children, when they grow up, their parents want them to be responsible. Let's say you are flying to UK, and your parents are like, she ought to go by herself this time around. They are recommending you strictly to go by yourself. This time around, they won't accompany you. Okay? So ought to talks about moral duty and strict recommendations. The last, and we have be to or to be. It talks about obligation arising out of arrangement. Example, you are to do your homework. It's an obligation. You are to do your homework. You have to do it. You got no choice. It's an obligation. It's an instruction. You have to do it. The plane is to take off at 5 a.m. This is an arrangement. It is already programmed. It has been arranged that the plane will kick off at 5 a.m. So we use to be, it's like the verb to be or be to when we have organized programs arising or obligation. And in a conclusion, these modal verbs can be used in different forms. At times, modal verbs can appear in the initial position, at times in the medial or middle position, at times in the final position. It all depends on the speaker's attitude or the speaker's opinion or intention, because writers or speakers have different opinions based on the context. What are they expressing? What do they want to express? Okay, so their mood influences their write-up. Please follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and more. YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share. And during the summer vacation, if you like or you desire online classes, be it TOEFL, be it TESOL, be it SAT, CELPIP for Canadian, click the dial. Ms.B is at your service. Thank you.